It's the richest democracy with the worst poverty. There's no other advanced democracy that has the kind of poverty that we have, the level of poverty we have. Our child poverty rate isn't just higher than other advanced democracies, it's double that of Canada, South Korea, Germany, for example. Whenever I come to Europe, inevitably a European will use the phrase American-style deprivation. So I think that that paradox is a huge part of what it means to live in America. So if you go to the University of California at Berkeley, for example, one of our hottest housing markets, there are students sleeping in cars, there's lockers that the university dedicates to homeless students, and I think this is a real troubling sign. Black poverty and white poverty traditionally have been very different experiences in America, and the reason is because of the spatial geography of poverty. So for a long time, and I still think it's true today, the typical African-American person below the poverty line lived in a poor neighborhood, and the typical poor white person did not. So that meant they were living in two different experiences. The poor white family, their kids could go to better resource schools, their neighborhoods were often safer, their housing was better, they had access to more institutional resources. I think many of us profit from the existence of poverty. We profit when we are invested in a company. We profit when we decide to be segregationists. We profit when we defend the unbalanced welfare state. When we take tax breaks, which are mostly for middle class and upper class Americans, which leave less to invest in fighting poverty. So many of us are connected to the problem, even in ways we're not aware of, but that also means we're connected to the solution, which means I think that part of becoming a poverty abolitionist is, sure, joining an anti-poverty movement, but it's also asking questions like, where'd you get those shoes? Mm-hmm. Were they made under fair conditions? And I think that those kind of micro moves too actually build up to something that can be political will.